Uh, uh, so as you can see from my topic, IoT security, I was selected by the computer security team at CERN to do a project on IoT security. So let's look what IoT is. So basically, the simplest example that you can see of IoT is this projector, which is connected on the IP. So internet was basically normally having things, websites and all, which connected people and websites with people buying things and all these things. Then came a revolution connecting things with the internet. And these are some examples like routers and CCTVs, which are on the internet and are called IoT. Yeah. So this is basically the IoT devices which are connected on the CERN network. This is the CERN network, which has the GPN and the technical network. The general purpose network has most of the IoT devices because it has most of the users. The technical network has the important devices like LHC, so everybody doesn't have the permission to use the technical network, so we have very less IoT devices on that. So this is just an approximation of the IoT devices that I took, which was approximately 3,000, but nobody knew right now how many IoT devices we have in CERN right now. And these is general expected devices of IoT that exist in CERN. So now let's look into the vulnerable IoT devices that I found in CERN. So these were the printers, which actually anybody can play with it because they were vulnerable. These are some webcams. These are the media link controllers that you would have seen in the conference rooms. So you can just these all were vulnerable and anybody would have easily discovered it. These are the IP phones that you would have seen in your supervisor's cabins. These are the thermometers which are used in experiments, and supposedly these were also vulnerable. These are the deployment services used in the Atlas, and you can deploy anything you want from this. These are the network attached storage through which I got a person's hard drive having 2 TB of space in that. What benefits did CERN got from my project? So the first thing was that I detected a lot of vulnerable IoT devices which were on the GPN and the technical bypass list. So what technical bypass list is basically the devices in the TN bypass list can take you towards the main technical network where we have the main LHC, and you can then, what can happen with that. So the thing was I tried to solve the vulnerabilities by reporting every device to the users, telling them how you can fix them up. And as my project was over, so I started doing another thing, which was a tool to check out the CERN network's statistics, how the devices inside CERN were connected over the internet. And this was a graph which I just got for 2 minutes of data inside CERN, which was approximately 20 MBs. And CERN produces 1 GB for 10 minutes of data. What did I achieve from the internship? Yeah, so working with the security team and one of the greatest people, I got to learn about the protocols like RTSP, SIP protocols used in different devices, bash scripting, which is really very important. Elasticsearch was not related to my project, but still I got to learn because I had people in my team who taught me these things. Then the importance of timestamps, which is a very important thing. Installing licensed OS on virtual machine, which actually is not easy to do it inside CERN because you need to use the NAT and you have a lot of complications with that. Time management. So you can see the time management, 14 slides in less than 4 minutes. And a lot of new friends, as he told me, about the 22 nations. So we have friends from 22 nations now. Thank you so much.